Hey there, Facebook fam. It's your one and only Queen Dish here. So what's today? Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a great Tuesday, terrific Tuesday for the traders. Take Profit Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a great day. Not staying long. I just had to share something that came to me because I was like, I don't know if I should do it as a podcast, but then it came to me like, no, you can just do a Facebook Live. I follow Divine Inspiration. So I just had to tell you guys, like, don't try to fit in. Like, don't try to fit in. And I remember someone who was a trainer like years ago. He was one of our trainers. And I remember he said, people who are like themselves. And I never forgot that. Like people people who are like themselves. And so a high vibe person is going to resonate with another high vibe person. Okay. Somebody who is living from a victim, standpoint, living from a victim mindset and blaming everybody for, their problems and their issues, and they never take responsibility for their actions, like they're going to resonate with people who are just like them, so like don't try to fit in. Okay. Just be yourself, be your authentic self. Okay. It just may mean, oh, blessings to you, right back. It just may mean you need to find the right people. Like, maybe you need to meditate, ask your higher source, God, whatever it is that you call that, who is your tribe, or who are your people? Because people like people who are like themselves. And it hit me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so true. And I think maybe a couple of days ago, I ended up doing a podcast um, for the ladies. And for the podcast, I've told the men, you guys can listen to the podcast as well. Yes, clearly, Queens Don't Settle is for my ladies, of course. But the principles, okay, the principles overall typically apply to men as well, okay? And that's why I said men can listen to the podcast as well. It's called Queens Don't Settle. It's on my Google, Anchor, Google, what is it, Spotify, Apple, Podbean, Breaker, and some other ones, okay? But I ended up doing a podcast, and that was inspired from what I experienced through the app, the Bumble BFF app. And I was just like, I'm surprised that women that I've met are surprised that, like, I asked them, to meet up for coffee. They're kind of surprised. I mean, they're happy. They love the fact that, I was just very straightforward, you know, but they're surprised. And so when I ask them, I'm like, well, why are you surprised? Isn't that the whole point of why we're on the app, to meet other ladies, to connect? Like, isn't that the whole point? But you would think, okay? And so I was inspired to do a podcast because clearly, oh, Dante, hey, Dante. That's Team 2 Weeks Notice. My fellow, that's fam, the trading family, because I'm a Forex trader too. But yeah, so, you know, you're on this app to meet people, right? The dating side is one thing, but you're just talking about the friend side, right? The BFF side. And I'm just like, what's the point of you being on there, right? If you're not even going to put any effort into meeting anyone, you're not going to respond to anyone, like you're not going to put in any effort to meet people, right? And that's the whole purpose of the app. why are you even on there? Like, that's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Like, why are you on there, right? Because you have women, uh, like you have women who, I ran into one, and she was like, oh, I'm looking for genuine friendship. And I'm just like thinking to myself now, like, no, you're not. You know why? Because I already asked you, say to come out. And it's not like I'm not mad or anything like that, but no, you're not. Some people are just hiding behind their computers. Like, they're just hiding. They're just hiding behind their computers. I mean, we all have flaws. We all have imperfections, right? We all have insecurities. But how are you going to meet genuine people? How are you going to connect with people if you don't leave your house? Like, how are you going to connect with people if you don't respond to them when they ask you to do something? Like, hey, I would love to meet you. Like, hello, hello. How are you going to meet other people if you just like stay inside all the time? And there's another mentor that I guess he's like a mentor. He always posts, and some of you guys probably know who he is. I'm going to say his name, but you guys probably know who he is. I swear, it's almost like every week he posts this one particular meme, and he says, ladies, he can't find you on your couch. You know, he can't find you on your couch. In other words, of course, he's in that he's talking about relationships, like, your king, hello, your king, your man, your bae, he can't find you on your couch. Okay, you actually have to go out into the real world and participate. Like, you've got to participate in life. And like, some of you are wondering why your lives are the way that they are, because you're not participating in life. Like, your couch, that's where you're at all the time, on your couch, hiding in your home. You're swearing up and down that you want to meet friends, you want to connect with people, but you don't even leave your house. You don't respond to people. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And love is truth. Love is truth. Some of you need to hear the truth. Like, there was like a part in the podcast where even myself, I was listening, because I listen to my own podcast. Like, right, like, I'm a fan of myself, right? So I'm listening, and like, there was an aha moment in my own podcast, and I said something like, you're wanting, you're wanting the results when you didn't put any effort in. It's like, why would you expect these results? Why would you expect any results when you have not put any effort in? Like, you want a return on an investment that you didn't invest in. And people just, like, I don't know if they're delusional, like not living in reality, but it doesn't work like that. In the real world, in reality, it doesn't work like that. Like, you've got to put in the effort. Like, a lot of you want results from effort you're not putting in. Like, you want a return on something you're not investing in. It just doesn't work like that. Okay? So, like, it just came to me, to just do a quick Facebook Live. Everything I do comes from a place of love. And again, love is truth. Love is truth, okay? Sometimes we live in a society where people try to sweep a lot of things under the rug. They don't want to talk the truth and really say sometimes what really needs to be said. And that's why people don't heal. People don't heal. People don't do the inner work to heal themselves. And so they live from this victim state of mind. Always pointing the finger at everyone else, bitching, whining, complaining, okay? Never taking the time to look within themselves and to take ownership of what's going on in their lives, to take ownership and responsibility for the choices that they've made, right? Hence, they tend to sound like a broken record all the time, right? And my whole movement is a movement to empower women not to settle. And men. But that's the whole point. We don't want to sound like a broken record all the time, but you have to come to that awareness. Like, you have to come to the awareness of what you keep repeating. And you can't do that if you won't take responsibility. Okay? You can't do that. But I just say that to say, like, my whole thing for coming on here was like people who are like themselves. Okay? I just, I just, I'm just gonna say that something happened, and I just thought to myself, like, do you see my face? I just kind of made a face eh? Like, eh? Okay. Like, eh? Okay. And again, the inspiration, because I only do, the lives or the podcast, like it has to come. Like it has to come. And I know when it's time to do it, right? And that's when I do the video or the podcast or whatever I need to do. And it just was like, you need to talk about this. Like people like people who are like themselves. Like that's really all I can say. And yeah, if you are a person that's into personal growth and personal development, you're wanting to, live your best life, you're wanting to participate in life, you're wanting to experience life, you know, you know, uh, if you're high vibe or again, you're wanting to participate in life, right? You believe in living your best life, or life is meant to be lived. I've said that. I even said that recently to someone. I was like, yeah, because they said, oh, you're such a busy person. I said, well, life is meant to be lived, you know. But yeah, like if you think about someone like that, you're that type of person is going to like and resonate with someone else who is like that, right? Like energies, like energies, right? Like energies, okay? Somebody who is a people pleaser, an ass kisser, someone who's low vibe, low vibrational, someone who is just not living in reality, someone who is a victim, you know, they're going to be in alignment with the people who are just like them. I mean, people like people who are like themselves. I mean, there's nothing to there's no way to sugarcoat that, you know? People like people who are like themselves. So if you find yourself, like I said, not maybe fitting in with certain people, that doesn't mean that you need to change. Maybe you are just not around your people. You're not around your tribe, right? And so I would ask God or the divine, again, whatever it is that you call that, okay, your source, okay, whatever it is that is your spiritual practice, whatever it is that you use to get the answers that you need, right? I would seek that out to ask your source to guide you to the right people, guide you to the right tribe, whatever it is that you need to succeed. Because you don't need to try to appease everyone, right? That's you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to be, everything to everyone, or to try to make everyone happy. Like it's not going to happen. Okay, so just I've done it. Like I asked God to lead me, to like guide me to love. And when I say love, I don't mean like romantic love. I mean like purpose, as in like love, as in purpose, love, as in what will fulfill me, like what my vision is, like to guide me to love, to guide me love through service, right? So like to guide me to love, right? That's what I ask. That may not be what you need to ask, or that's not for you, but you know, if you ever find yourself if you've ever felt like you don't fit in, you maybe question, like, are these the right people? Something seems off. There might be a disconnect, and it could be in your friendships. It could be in your relationship. I mean, really, oh, hello. When it comes to relationships, oh God, that's a whole nother. that's a whole nother video podcast. But like, if you find yourself feeling disconnected, you know, you can just feel it sometimes. Like you know, especially women, we have intuition. Like you just know something is off. Okay. I would really, you know, again, ask. I would ask your higher powers to bring you to the awareness of what that is, or you know, who is who or who's not, and you know what's going on. What is that you're feeling, so you can address it. Like, don't let it go unresolved. Like, address it. Okay, address it. Okay, because it's probably something it's trying to. It's an answer, or it's nudging you to something or somewhere else. It's something. So make sure that you address it. You know, but definitely don't try to fit in and become someone you're not. Okay, you be your full authentic self, because that is what this world needs. They need you. Okay, the divine royalty that you are, my queens and my kings. Hello. Okay, the world needs you as you are, not an imitation, not trying to be somebody else, not trying to keep up with whoever you're trying to keep up with, but the world needs you as you are. Okay, people like people who are like themselves. So, you know, if you definitely are high vibe, like operating from a higher consciousness, oh my God, you automatically, I understand where you're at. Trust me, I really do. But I would just say, because I just, yeah, what came to me earlier was just like, okay. I just really, like I said, I made that face just kind of like, okay, yeah. People like people who are like themselves, because clearly we are not in alignment. Like yeah, we're not in alignment based on what it was. I was just thinking like, we're not in alignment. And that's okay. That is okay. You are not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Um, you're not going to, you're just not going to, I don't want to say get along with everyone, but you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, you know, and you don't have to try to become someone you're not. Okay. You're probably just not around the right people. I mean, yeah, you're just probably not around the right people. And so I do think it's pretty important to go ahead and seek out that higher wisdom, that higher guidance, so he can, or the universe, divine, whatever it is that you call that, can kind of help you figure that out and lead you to where you should be. Because yeah, it was just like, oh, we are not in alignment. I'm so serious. I was just like, thank you, God. I'm just treading lightly. That's all I'm doing right now. Based on the situation, I was just like, I'm treading lightly. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I already know what God has in store for me. Like, yeah, I'm treading lightly. I'm just gonna do what I need to do, and that's it. Because people like people who are like themselves. So we don't think alike. Like, we don't think alike. We're not. We're clearly out of alignment. Like, we're not on the same wavelength. You know. So it's just, I'm just treading lightly. I'm just treading lightly. That's what I'm going to say. So, anyway, my beautiful people, I love you. It's late. I've got to practice my dance because I've got a video shoot coming up. So, I love you all, you know, from my heart. Oh, definitely. Heart space all the time. Always and forever. I love you all. You are in divine royalty, kings and queens, the sons and daughters of the Almighty King of all kings. You're definitely divine royalty. If you don't know that, I, the queen, am telling you that you are. Okay? You are a queen, you are a king, and you should carry yourself as such and definitely affirm that to yourself. Okay? Being a queen, being a king doesn't mean you're perfect. We all have flaws, imperfections, and flaws, and God still loves us. Okay, that's exactly what makes us who we are. Okay, there's nothing wrong with us. We're all enough right here, right now. Okay, so stay your fabulous, wonderful, beautiful selves. Be your full, authentic selves. Do not try to fit in. Okay, Do not try to be someone that you're not. Okay, you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And clearly, depending on your level of consciousness, in other words, your mindset, okay, you may just not be, you're probably not in alignment with a lot, with a lot of people. And that's okay. But there are plenty of people, your tribe and the people assigned to you, they will love you as you are, fully. Like, they will love you as you are. Okay, so you just may be out of alignment. Like I said, you just may need to get around the right people. And for that, I definitely say to meditate, or again, seek guidance from your higher self, from your higher power, on how to maneuver that, how to navigate that, and get to that. Okay. But I love you. I absolutely love you. People like people who are like themselves. Okay. So for those that are 10xing, all about the 10x life, those that are, wanting to become the highest expression of themselves, those that are wanting to, become who God always saw them becoming, for those that are into personal growth and personal development, yeah, you and I are probably going to resonate with one another. And this is just an example, right? We're going to resonate with one another. Okay, but for other people who are living from a victim standpoint, people that are just low vibrational, they're low vibe, they're, low energy, they just don't have a good, maybe the same level of ethic that you have, they don't show up for themselves, they just whine and complain, and it's just, just like a victim, right? We're not really in alignment. Yeah, we wouldn't resonate with each other, right? We wouldn't resonate with each other. Okay, these people, the 1%ers, the 3%ers, people in the personal growth and personal development who even understand the importance of that, and how it's tied to your success in life. Yes, we would resonate with each other. So all the ups and downs and lefts and rights of this entrepreneurship thing and everything that we're trying to do, you would get that. Like, you would get that. We would resonate with each other, right? We would be cool with that. But people who are not, people who are afraid to step into their power, people who are afraid to bet on themselves and just sit on the sidelines of life watching everybody else be in the game, yeah, we wouldn't really resonate with each other. Like energies, right? It just makes sense. Compatible energies. Birds of a feather flock together. So, there really shouldn't be, it shouldn't be a surprise. Like, sometimes when you do outgrow some people, and it's nothing personal, but, like energies, sometimes you're just not on the same wavelength anymore, and for you to accomplish what you want and move forward in life and to progress, you're going to have to be around people who have your best interest at heart. You're going to have to be around people who also, encourage, inspire, and uplift you, like people on the same wavelength, people who pretty much have the same mission. You have to be around like-minded people. It's a fact. You have to be around like-minded people, so it really shouldn't be a surprise when you really start to get serious and you start to focus, and you're talking about really fulfilling your vision and purpose. Like, honey, when you really step into that, stuff is going to shift, stuff is going to change. Let me tell you. It's going to change, honey. And let me tell you, it ain't gonna be all roses and rainbows either. Let me tell you. Okay, when I speak at different events, I'm already speaking that into existence. I already know what's coming for my life. When I am speaking and talking about my story and this journey, oh, you guys are gonna find out. Yeah. When you get on this path, honey, when you really say yes to yourself and you really have a desire and intention to fulfill your vision, and mission, what God put you on earth to do, honey, and really, really experience transformation in your life, stuff has to surface. And no, it's not all rainbows. I wish I could say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, no, no, honey. It's a journey. It's a journey, right? But don't run away from it. Like, don't run away from it. Okay? Because if you think everything is coming up to the surface for it to be healed, so you can become this newer version of yourself, or the next level version of yourself. So you've got to shed that old skin. Like, you've got to shed the old skin. You've got to shed the habits. Okay, you've got to shed all of that old skin, that dead weight. You've got to let go of that dead weight. You can't carry some of that old stuff. You can't carry some of the old people. You can't carry some of the old habits that you used to have as you're going to this next level version of yourself. You can't. You can't. So yes, that does include people. Okay? You can't. Okay? If you're serious, you can't. Okay? So there should be no surprise, unfortunately, when you recognize, I'm not really feeling these people anymore. I feel uncomfortable. You'll feel it. Like, I'm telling you. I'm not telling you anything that I haven't experienced so far. So, I'm transparent. It is my hope that through everything that I'm doing and my transparency and vulnerability, that, you will be encouraged to be your authentic self and be just as open and vulnerable and transparent with your tribe, whatever it is that you're supposed to do, right? So you can encourage and inspire the people that you're called, who are assigned to you, right? Yeah, no. Okay, so I love you, my beautiful people. I just had to come on and do that quickly and just tell you again, people like people who are like themselves, okay? If you notice a lot of people in the gym, they have fitness buddies. You see a whole bunch of bodybuilders together. Why? Because they're all bodybuilders. They're all in alignment, right? You know, you can see it. You can see it. And they want to and should be around other people, who are like-minded, who take, fitness and, that whole lifestyle seriously, right? Like-minded. They're around like-minded people, right? Yeah, yeah. It makes sense. So, the couch potatoes, hey, it's fine. Like, there's no judgment. But, just don't be like, you shouldn't be surprised that, the person who works out at the gym, like, they're not they may not want to associate with you as much. Like, maybe you guys don't hang out as much anymore because they're focused on fitness. Like, they value that. They're in a different space. People are quick sometimes to act like, or say, oh, you've changed, or to make it seem like, oh, this person, he thinks that he's better than this person, or she thinks that she's better. And not at all. Not at all. Those people are just progressing and moving forward in their lives, and maybe you're not. Because it's kind of like, I posted, I don't know how long ago now, but I posted a clip on my timeline. You'll just have to go through, because I don't know how long ago. It couldn't have been more than 2 months, but you would just have to go through and find it, whether on my timeline or on my fan pages. Okay, I posted the clip about what is it? Beyond the Secret. It's from that DVD. It's from that movie called Beyond the Secret, the Law of Attraction, right? Okay, there's a law of attraction, but there's one that's called Beyond the Secret, okay? And it's kind of, it just kind of goes into it a little bit more. And in that particular movie, one of the leaders, one of the thought leaders, pretty much said, you know, when you're moving forward in life, people are going to have a problem with that who are not moving forward in life. Because if you're moving forward, you become a mirror to them. So now, even though you guys may have started at the same place, you decided to move forward. You took action. So now you're in a totally different space, maybe totally different financial position. Like, you moved forward and you took action, and the other person didn't. So now your success becomes a mirror to them. And it makes people, you know, uncomfortable. Unfortunately, sometimes they become, you know, a hater. It's just, we have to call it what it is, you know, but that does not mean that you stop. You know, it doesn't mean that you let that completely take you off track or deter you from what you're doing and where you're trying to go. Like, it's just a part of the process. It is just a part of the process, right? And I'm learning as I go. Like, I tell my tribe, I tell my people, I tell you guys, like, I'm just like you, because I really am. Like, yes, I'm royalty. Hello, queenness. Hello. But no, seriously, like, I'm just like you, and I'm learning and growing and progressing and evolving, breaking my own cycles, shattering my own mental barriers. Like, I'm growing and progressing just like you guys, you know? So, no, I don't have it all figured out. Like, I'm growing just like you guys. I really am. We're all on this journey together, you know? But I can certainly speak to certain things that I've already experienced, you know? And tonight, what just came to me to give you guys was that people like people that are like themselves. Okay, so don't be surprised if maybe you don't fit in with a certain group. That just, it may just not be your group. That's all. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that you guys may not be in alignment anymore, or you're just, you know, you're just not in alignment. End of story, you know. But there are people out there who are for you. They are right for you, okay? And that's what I suggest that you pray for, or that you, again, seek your higher guidance, your higher power for, to assist you in figuring out who they are, you know, what you need to do, the path that you need to be on, what needs to change in your life, so that way you can attract your tribe, right? Because you don't want to live a life trying to be someone you're not, right? That's, come on. We're supposed to be happy, right? Life is way too short to be anything but happy, right? So you definitely want to be around the right people. And it's nothing personal. It really isn't, right? And you should be growing and you should be progressing in your life. And you're not going to be able to, you're just not going to, depending on what your focus is, you're not going to be able to maintain some of the friendships per se. You're just not going to be in alignment with certain people anymore, certain energies, right? You're just not going to be congruent to certain energies anymore. And that means people, like, I have energy, other people have energy, like, there's an energy, right? Energy. You're just not going to be congruent to certain energies anymore, you know? So it's cool. It's nothing personal. But like I said, and I'm leaving, people like people who are like themselves, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Just think about it. People like people who are like themselves. So when you look in the mirror, you need to be honest with yourself about who you are, and, you know, what's going on in your life, and your work ethic, and whether or not you're showing up for yourself in life, you know, whether or not you're progressing, whether or not you're in a victim mindset or a victor mindset, because those are two different mindsets, therefore two different energies. And therefore people on one side will attract certain people, and people on the other side will attract other people. Victim or victor, you know. You've got to be honest with yourself about where you are and the type of energy you know, that you're giving off, and your work ethic and what you're doing and whether or not you're progressing. Like, yeah, people like people who are like themselves. Okay, so anyhow, I love you guys. I absolutely love you. I will post this on my YouTube channel. Definitely check out the podcast, Queens Don't Settle. It's on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Breaker, Google Podcasts. But if you go right to my website, let's see, let me see if I can put it in www.queensdon'tsettle.com. Let me see if that comes up. Yes, perfect. If you go to my website, all of my social media links are at the bottom. The podcast is on there. My books, a link, or the links to all of my books are on there. My books are on Amazon. Queens Don't Settle, Kings Don't Settle, and No More Broken Records. All of my books are available on Amazon, but they, of course, are on my website, and you can just easily click from there. Excuse me. My YouTube channel, Dixon, DeshDixon. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I always post the videos over there, upload them to the YouTube channel as well. The prayer, the inspirational prayer video, that's on there as well. So yeah, if you just go to my website, it's easy. Click from there. Of course, read some of the blogs as well, ladies, especially my queens. You know, read some of the blogs. But like I said, the men absolutely should read them too, because the principles overall pretty much apply to both men and women. Okay, but I love you, heart space. I love you all, my queens, my kings. I love you all, divine royalty, my royals. So I will catch you guys next time, because I've got to still. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I still have to practice for my dance. Yeah, it's my life. So it's cool. It's cool. You know, when you choose to answer the call, you know, you just have to be prepared for what comes with that. And so it's cool. I look at my vision board and I see what I'm working towards, and I know what's possible for me. So, hey, it's all good. It's all good. But anyhow, have a fabulous night. Today's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope that you guys have a phenomenal rest of your week that is productive and full of successes. Of course, that you know, crush it with whatever your goals are. Crush it. 10x, I would say 10x, but just that you know, accomplish what you want to accomplish this week, okay? Because you are worth it. You're worthy of it. You're worth it, and you deserve it. You deserve it. My beautiful queens and kings, you deserve it. You're worthy and deserving of all of your heart's desires. You're worthy and deserving of the best that life has to offer, okay? So please know that. Please understand that, and definitely affirm that to yourself, okay? I love you. Good night.